that we would like to send to you.
In 1968, astronaut Bill Anders captured the iconic Earthrise photo from Apollo 8, revealing our fragile blue planet hanging in the void. It was a moment of wonder and a glimpse of unity beyond borders. But today, space is no longer just a symbol of human curiosity. It's the new front line of geopolitical rivalry. Welcome to a new era, where rockets are no longer just about exploration, but power. Where satellites shape economies, monitor militaries, and could soon be targeted in war. This is the story of how space became the final frontier, not just of science, but of global competition. The space race began as a Cold War contest. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon.
In 1969, America landed on the moon. Behind the scenes, a race for dominance, fueled by ideology and nuclear tensions. To prevent all-out weaponization, major powers signed the Outer Space Treaty in 1967, declaring space free for exploration, banning nukes in orbit, and reserving celestial bodies for peaceful purposes. But that peace was always precarious. The treaty didn't ban conventional weapons, anti-satellite tech, or military satellites. Today, those loopholes are being exploited, and the race is back on. This isn't just the US versus Russia anymore. China has emerged as a formidable space power. In 2024 alone, China conducted 68 launches, placed 260 payloads in orbit, and now operates over 1,000 satellites. It has built its own space station and is planning a nuclear-powered lunar base by 2035. Russia, though struggling economically, is partnering with China on a proposed moon base. And both countries are developing anti-satellite weapons, jammers, and possibly space-based military platforms. In response, the US formed the Space Force in 2019. Its mission, to protect American satellites, counter rival threats, and ensure space superiority. This isn't science fiction, it's strategic reality. Beyond military interests lies a $1 trillion prize. The global space economy is projected to reach $1.8 trillion by 2035. Satellite broadband, navigation, Earth observation, and GPS power industries across the globe. Take Starlink, SpaceX's satellite internet constellation. It already has over 7,000 satellites in orbit. China's Guowang and Qianfan projects aim to launch 28,000 more. And beyond orbit, the moon and asteroids promise rare earth minerals and precious metals, potentially worth billions, even trillions. The US and Luxembourg have passed laws allowing their companies to claim space resources. Others call it celestial colonization. As countries and corporations stake claims, the question becomes, who owns space? Satellites are the backbone of modern life. GPS, TV, banking, internet, military command and control. And they're increasingly vulnerable. China shot down a satellite in 2007. India did the same in 2019. Russia destroyed one in 2021. These anti-satellite weapons, or ASATs, create debris fields that can last decades. A worst-case scenario? Kessler syndrome. A cascade of collisions that renders entire orbits unusable. And the threats aren't just kinetic. Lasers, jammers, and cyber attacks can disable satellites without leaving a trace. In any future conflict, the first shots might be silent and in space. Despite rising tensions, the rules of space are stuck in the past. The Outer Space Treaty still governs space law, but it's vague, outdated, and lacks enforcement. A moon treaty was proposed in 1979 to ban commercial mining, but major powers never signed it. To fill the gap, NASA launched the Artemis Accords in 2020, voluntary agreements on peaceful lunar exploration. Over 25 countries have signed on, but China and Russia have not. Instead, they're working on their own. Lunar Pact. We are now seeing the birth of rival space blocks, just as we once saw rival nuclear alliances. The question, will the next Cold War be fought in the cold vacuum of space? At stake is far more than national pride. Our phones, planes, financial systems, even emergency response networks depend on space. A war in orbit could bring chaos on Earth. But competition isn't all bad. It drives innovation. The original space race gave us satellites, solar panels, and memory foam. Today's race could give us asteroid mining, deep space exploration, and maybe one day, a Mars colony. Yet without cooperation, we risk losing the very infrastructure we depend on. One misstep in space could ripple across the globe. Space is no longer a distant dream. It's a crowded, contested, and consequential domain. Will we use it to unite or to divide? Will we build partnerships or launch preemptive strikes? As technology rockets ahead, diplomacy lags behind. The choices we make in the next decade may decide whether the skies above us become a battlefield or a beacon. What do you think? Should space be a global commons or a new battleground? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And remember, the future isn't just above us, it's in our hands.